another episode on Keys to the City podcast. I got my bro all the way from overseas. He's rocking with us tonight, right?
Right.
And check it out. My bro grew up in Africa his whole life. You know what I'm saying? To the ending part of his life when he figured out a way out, right? So he got wild, dope stories. Salah, what we talking about?
I mean, like now today we talking about, definitely late night spookies. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially this is strictly like witchcraft. So back in the days in Africa when I was growing up, my mom used to tell me about these stories. We hear them, but in reality, it happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, for example, there was a guy who we used to call him Samba Jang. It was very
Samael?
Samba Jang is a
Oh,
nickname, is an African nickname.
okay.
Yeah, but this dude like he really worked with witchcraft. As you know, Africa. If you even go to YouTube or Google it, witchcraft is something that is commonly known back in the days. You know, so you can see like motherfuckers will come to you. For example, when they want to attack their victims, they used to wait until after Salah, because in Islam, they know about like when it comes to 7 o'clock prayer and 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is the one that is the last one.
Right.
You do 5 daily prayers.
Right.
Around that time, they can't do anything because of they believe the powers that they cannot touch you. But they used to tell you that between this time from 2 o'clock when the sun is really really hot, and then 8 o'clock when the sun is coming down, you should not go out. If you go out at that time, there might be consequences. Those times, that's what they believe in. This was when my
Wow.
moms they were young and stuff like that. They tell
Yeah.
us. So those, for example, they be saying in Europe here how they work with like witchcraft or genes. They build like this new technology and stuff like that. You know what I mean? To develop their country. But in Africa, they use witchcraft to destroy their own.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
They use witchcraft to destroy their own. They don't use it for any to develop. Like for example, someone will have some powers that God gave him or whatsoever. He will use that powers to destroy another human being, another African, instead to enlighten you or so we can build something together. No.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's just like the niggas in the hood. Everybody they got
Yeah.
their ops and stuff like that. I see my op right here. I'm finna go and get him right now.
Right. Same
So
old
it's
shit.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, same old shit. But there it's like they're fighting you spiritually. Your up is in the next building. He's not using a gun. He's not using a machete or whatsoever. He's using spiritually to try to kill you. And guess what? He's not gonna stop until he get you. If he doesn't get you, he's gonna get your sister or your son or your nephew or anyone but in the family
Mm.
he must touch. That's how they fight. And it in like in the hood, right? It goes from generation to generation. In Africa too, it's like that. It goes, your auntie don't like you. It
You
goes to
just pointed out something crazy dope just now. You just pointed out how the devil's agenda follows the same protocol in
exactly
spiritual and in physical. Continue.
generation after generation.
Right.
Like for example, if a witchcraft family had a beef with your family, like me, I'm gonna tell you a story. This is my life, okay? When I was really, really
Right.
small, was young, dude, I got sick because my mom used to tell me when I was 6 months, I looked like a 1 year old baby. I was like big. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like my granny used to like lift me up and go around her like her mates and stuff. Oh, to be bragging, that's my grandson and all those things. But my granny was having a beef with my dad for a long time because the land that they were living, that's my granny's husband, my dad's dad, and he passed away. So definitely my dad is the first son and he has to inherit that. But my granny also has other kids that he wanted them to have it before my dad. So what he was doing, starting to fight my dad spiritually, going to all these witchcraft, these native doctors,
Yeah,
putting
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit on my dad food to get my dad. Anytime she tries, it will fail. One
Right.
time she gave my dad like a glass of drink. This is from my father was telling me before he passed. Like the glass was like this, but it was what they call attire. Attire is like a Chinese tea almost like a Chinese tea, is dark and brown. But under that, she actually put some poison on it and
Mm,
gave it to my dad. Once my
mm.
dad grabbed the glass like this, that shit just, it seemed like it fell accidentally. But it was like my dad said it's God that protect him. And when it fell, my dad can saw that it's like he starts seeing all this, I don't know, what is this? What did you put? And then my granny doesn't have anything to explain. She just left. And then my father, because this is what they believe, they have to go to the Marabout, means the seer. And then when that Marabout take my granny's name, run it into this state that they play, they play some, like, it's not like what they call pet out. It's the African traditional stuff. They will play it, say your name, and they can see what are your plans. You understand? And then that Marabout said to my dad that this woman was trying to end you. So she tried for so long, she couldn't get my dad. And then what she did, she took me to her friends, okay, according to my mom and my dad. And by the time in the afternoon, like, she came back, I felt sick.
Mm.
Bro, I was sick, I couldn't walk, I was in the hospital for fucking 2 months.
Shit. What they said
It's-
was wrong.
yeah, I mean, the doctors cannot
They
even
didn't even
find
know.
nothing. They don't even know.
Exactly. That was magic.
That
That
was
was magic.
this called, exactly, you say it's black magic, not
Black
regular magic.
magic. Yeah.
Black magic. In another
I
words,
think
it's
all
called
magic
voodoo.
is magic.
Yeah. In another words, they call it voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo.
Yeah.
Santeria.
Yeah, exactly. So they do those, and those shit be working. But people, when you tell like niggas in the states, ah man, nah, you can, man, that shit work, bro. You
Listen, let me
Muslims,
tell you something. Let me tell you
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Everybody in the United States, they know that it works, right? But
yeah.
this is their way to deflect it. If you believe in it, then it got you.
Yeah, you got you.
Nigga,
Yeah,
I don't gotta believe in it. I
they,
know that it works.
they don't even
So if I
gotta come
know
to
that it's
Africa.
true, I know how to protect myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
Bro, the Haiti they doing it, bro. You remember this surah, Kula Auzu bin Falak, is a surah in the Quran when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when his enemies they were about to get him, they put some voodoo in him. This is in the Quran, this is an ayah. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed an ayah called Kura bin Falak to Jibreel. So he can tell the Prophet to recite that. When he recite that ayah, all the voodoo they have put in him, it will be destroyed. When he recited, that voodoo destroyed, and these enemies they were outside, they were sleeping. When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out and walked away, it's there. These are facts that I'm telling you. So people
Mm.
who don't know these things, they're, man, in
What's
ancient
that? What's
Egypt,
that ayat again?
Kula Auzu bin Falak.
Okay,
Kula Auzu bin Falak.
that's crazy.
Man, black magic, bro. Like, black magic actually is the angels, man. They're the one. You know those fallen angels. They're the one. You on who started this shit. You understand what I mean? They're the one
Yeah.
who started this shit. They came, like, for example, to show them. Allah sent them down for them to show people, for example, that this is magic, but it's not good. It's haram. That's why in Islam it's haram to perform those things. You know that. If you do it, it's considered as shirk. And
Right.
shirk is one of the most dangerous sins. I'm not that you are aware of that.
Right.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know that. And those things, they walk, bro, all over Africa. It is happening. In America, they're fighting guns with guns. Even if you check French Montana's interview with academics, he was saying it. You know they did it to French, right?
What they did to him?
They did the black magic on him French. Oh, they almost got French when he was asking. He's your nigga. I think you
You talk
guys
about
came
when he
from
got.
the
You talk
same
about
place.
when he got shot in the head.
Nah, not when he got shot. There was a time, man, got fucked up when he was in Morocco. He got sick really bad. And he
Oh,
don't
that's
know
when he
what
was in
was
the
happening.
hospital recently.
Yeah. And he don't even know what's going on. Ask him. They almost got him. This is like world, like in Africa everywhere. French, French we go into West Africa and East Africa
Listen,
to get
he's
some of
African.
this.
He's African. He should know better. Whatever
Yeah,
he
he
was
knows.
doing, whatever ladies he was dealing with,
He
he knew he's let his guard down. He knew
yeah,
that. Right now,
yeah,
hold on. Let's switch gears real quick
yeah.
because I got a couple questions that I want to tap in with you about. Right
Right.
now, I seen some footage before about these flying witches.
Yeah.
I forgot what's the name they called them again. Flying witches,
Right.
and they turn into birds, and the spell wears off when they still in flight.
Yes.
and they come down naked, crashing in between houses and churches and shit like that.
Yeah.
Can you enlighten me on that situation? What's the name of
Okay.
that? And
What, for
what's
example,
going on?
what in my language, in my we call them doma. Doma
Say it
means
again.
like
Say it again.
doma. Doma.
All right.
Doma means like witch in Wolof. Doma you there now. They say when you say Doma you there now means flying witches. You understand?
Right.
When you see them doing like that, they are flying. They're going to get their victims, and they always do this shit in the middle of the night when people are sleeping. You understand? If you see them, they crash like they're coming out naked. They are not successful on their mission. The person that they're going to fight with, that person probably have protection from higher powers, so they couldn't reach whatever they're going. These people that you see, they do like this. They have been sent. They have been sent to do these things. There are people in Africa, like for example, if I want to come get you, like
Right.
you're my homie, right? And I want us to get busy, right? We go drive by and do some shit. There, if a nigga wanna get you, they are going to send those flying witches to you. That's
But
their
how do
mission.
they summon the flying witches? How do they get
That's
in
what
contact with them to
they
send
get
them
it
on the
because
mission?
these are human beings just like us. They
Okay.
just have some extra powers. They are going
Oh.
to request. They're
Oh,
going
so
to
they'll go
request.
holler at Trina down the street, like Miss Trina, and we know Miss Trina's a flying witch. Miss Trina, we got some money for you. We need you to go do this.
Miss Trina might be the old mama that is selling fruits next to the street, but she
Right.
has some superpowers.
Superpowers. Right.
But you don't know, and
This is
you
real
you
shit,
have
y'all. Hit the like button.
yeah, and you have a beef with probably the next nigga out there, and you want to do something like that, and then
Yeah.
you go to Miss Trina and say, "This is my problem, this and this and
He
that,"
might have a diamond right on
and
his
yeah,
table, and we need a
exactly,
bird to go in to get it.
exactly. And what Miss Trina will ask you is gonna say that you have to do some sacrifice. Okay, go to. Are you willing to
Look,
sacrifice?
what if I say no? I just got money.
They don't
I
take
got
money, man. They ask for, if the devil gives you something, they take multiples. You understand what I'm saying? If you are giving money, it might be some different shit. But if it's come to that area, they are
yeah.
asking because they are working with devils. They're getting their power from somewhere else. And the devil, they always ask for something more valuable than money.
Like
I'll give you an example. If you Google it now, there is a tribe called in Gambia called Sarahole. They are commonly known for doing rituals on their family members.
on
If
each
you
other.
go, yeah, on each other, they have family. They used to have tons of wives, for example,
What?
and then they're gonna have tons of kids. Yeah, what they will do in Islam is only allowed to marry four. They will marry two, three. When they have two, three, four, they have a couple of kids. They grown, they divorce, get married again. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
like this, they get tons of kids. But to able to feed all those kids, you need to have sustainable money and all those things. So what they always do, one of the kid, they going to trade it with the devil. And what the
Wow. So they're
devil,
gonna sacrifice a baby,
yeah,
like how they be
yeah,
saying babies is the
yeah,
most valuable because they
exactly,
innocent.
exactly. So the devil is
Wow.
gonna take either the kid is gonna look like a retarded kid, abnormal. When you see it, you're not gonna know what it is or whatsoever. Drill coming out of his mouth, probably the one leg is fucked up or one eye. They're gonna take something valuable and they will give you wealth and power.
Mm.
So there are these two tribes, they do it, Sarahule and Jahanka. In Nigeria, the Igbo, they're doing it. If you anybody in your comment section, they're doubting it, they can go to Google now and they can check like money rituals in
Right.
Igbo, in the Nigerian Igbo tribe. They're the one that do this. In every African tribe, they have some people that do it.
Mm.
And this is facts. This is not like anything I'm saying, it's just facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's what I said. For example, if those back on the topic that we are talking about, these flying witches, if you see they're going to them, those that mother, that old woman, she has been doing that for centuries, probably, or their family been doing that for centuries, and they pass it
Let
to
me
a
ask you
generation.
this. Hold on
Yeah,
real quick.
right.
How many years do those witches live?
And they can live as long as 90 some or 100.
Continue.
But yeah, at the end of the day, they're gonna die too because they're human beings, despite the power they have. Because
Right.
Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, every soul, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala said, every soul that lives must die.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nobody's
So
mortal.
nobody is mortal. You can have some powers. Allah is the one that's. Imagine if those human beings they are capable of doing certain things, right?
Hold on, let me
So,
clarify something. For
right,
everybody that's listening to the feed, when he say the word Allah, you interpret it as God.
right,
Okay? We don't
right.
want to sit here and sound biased. There's only one creator of the
Of the
universe.
universe, right?
All right? So that's
Yeah,
what we're talking about. Continue, Salah.
yeah.
Late night
Because
spooky stories, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. Get my comment section.
definitely, definitely. So that's what I'm saying. Like all these witches that you are hearing, we have them all over Africa, and every African that can relate, they know. But in the U.S., they don't know these things. They might heard about the stories, but they don't know. And it's the same shit y'all be going around killing each other, having beef in the hood. They having beef spiritually. Go to Academy's page and check that French Montana interview. He was saying that they're gonna kill you there spiritually. They're not gonna use God. He knows because they almost got him, French himself.
Now check this out. This poses me to a worldwide threatening question
Yeah,
because Akon's trying to build and get people to come over there.
right.
Is it safe to
Nah,
live in Africa with all
nah,
this
it's safe.
voodoo that's there? Does it open you up to be receptive to all this nonsense? That I'm asking.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a
No,
question.
no,
Is it
it's safe.
safe?
It's safe because it's not your beef. You don't have a problem with them, and you are not from their clan where they come from. You understand what I mean? You are from another country.
But can they do magic on you though? Like if
I
they
mean,
encounter you?
this is one thing. If you wrong them, right? For example, one of these, these niggas be dumb sometimes. You know what they do in the hood? Yeah, what they be doing in the hood and shit. Hey, yo, nigga, that's my blood. You can't fuck with, and you go to Africa and do that to someone and
Like
pop
try
one
to
of their
debo
family
somebody,
member.
come on some strong arm shit.
Yeah, yeah. Or you pop someone or whatsoever, they
They
can't
gonna put
touch you.
some juju on your ass.
Yeah, they go voodoo you, man, because they have some shit that they might kill you while no one touch you, and you go into the hospital, and the doctors will say they don't see shit. Believe me,
Bro,
I've
let
seen
me
it
tell you
like
something.
tons of times,
Let me tell you
bro.
something, bro. Let me tell you something. That shit I can attest for
Yeah,
happening over here in the United States of America.
right.
Because over here in the United States of America, the Spanish people, they
Mhm.
play with the same voodoo that Africans play with. Let's be clear, y'all. I'm about to drop some jewels on y'all because if I hadn't lived almost 50 years, I would have not been able to witness this and witness that and then compare the two and put stuff together. You follow what I'm saying? And
Right.
what I came up with is the whole Santa Maria type of religion and all of that they follow.
Hmm.
For instance, most God fearing people, they
Yeah.
usually say, "Oh my God, oh my God,"
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Whereas a Latino or Spanish person would say, "Ay diablo,
Yeah.
ay diablo."
Right.
That means "oh devil." You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's crazy how the devil has infiltrated the Latinos. The Latinos have been infiltrated by Satan. Crazy.
If you check the Latino, that's what they worship. Look at, for example, when their drug lords they die or they yeah whatsoever, they make like some kind of structure similar to them and worshiping them. How can you worship a human being? You know what I mean? The
Right.
Latinos, they don't, yeah, you can say, so they know about these things because that's what they do. And the devil is right here on earth. To see the devil is easy. Man, if anybody want to see the devil, there are certain things, there are certain rituals you do it. You go in the middle of the woods and you call it. This, one of these Africans, they know what I'm talking about. And
Right.
you want to request the devil, he will show up. He will show up. There is a magician that did it. He's in UK, and then he got these magic powers, and they were asking him, "How did you get these powers?" And if you see some of the shit he told you that he has done to get this power that he get today, you will be shocked. Like because the devil, The devil himself telling him, you have to do this ritual, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that before I can admit. And then I will come and give you these powers. The guy is in YouTube. Is that motherfucker that be walking on top of the water like that and some shit and doing some crazy stuff. I forgot his name in the UK.
Let
So
me ask you
those
this.
people, yeah, those people they're working with magic. And where did magic? Who invented magic? It's the
I,
devil,
I,
bro.
I was about to ask you that, right? Since you
Yeah,
answered that already, check this out.
yeah.
What's the story with these trees
Mhm.
that people try to pull down and it goes right back up in Africa? Big trees.
Mhm.
They say that's cursed or some shit like that. As they try to do excavation and
Mhm.
pull the tree down to
Mhm.
the floor,
Yeah,
big ass tree,
yeah.
rip it out the floor.
Mhm.
The shit goes right back up again by itself.
From what I heard, those are ancestral trees, and those trees has been here, God knows for how long. You understand? And the people are they don't accept for anybody just to cut those trees down. For me, if you ask me, I would say those are spiritual trees. It's not just regular shit. For someone to pull a tree down and then it go up again, that shows you there is something there. You understand? And do you know that there are a lot of people who used to worship trees in Africa? Do you know that? You don't know that. They call them their enemies. They are like they this like idolatry. When in Islam we don't associate with those things, but it's happening. And I've seen it on YouTube also in Nigeria, whereby this YouTuber went there just to do this vlog, where these people they were worshiping these trees, and what they said that these trees has given them life. It has given a barren woman kids. They have it because they have belief on those trees.
Right.
That's why they cherish the trees so much. But me, if you ask me, who knows? I know those are those trees that if you see trees like that, you know that there's a devil. There is something that is there in the tree.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
How come in Africa
right.
that Somalia is the only Muslim country? Why isn't the Muslim religion dominant in Africa? And why is the voodoo community more dominant in Africa? Why does the devil have seem to have more of a chokehold over Africa, the motherland? Why?
Great, great, great question. I'll give you this answer. Okay. The reason why, for example, the voodoo dominate more Africa than let's say Islam in general. This is the thing. Before Islam, before Islam came into Africa, most Africans, as African in general, they were animists. If you know what that means. Animist means people who don't believe shit. They were worshiping idols.
Right.
They were worshiping idols. They don't believe no religion. They don't know about Christ. They don't know about Allah. They don't know nothing. Running around butt naked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At that time, they don't have nothing. Hunting and all those shit. There was nothing. But there, that time, there was still kings and queens in Africa. Africa have their own kingdom before Islam came. When Islam came, that's when they start to force them to take the Shahada and all those things. So Africans, that's why, and that tradition is still kept in some part of Africa that they don't believe in. They still kept it. Their forefathers, how they were, till today. When Christianity came and Islam, that's when people start to change a little bit. That's why today you have Somalia, which is 100% Muslim. Somali, the Arabs, they were there and they're close to North Africa, right? Very, very close. If you have, Somalia and all the Sudan and all those stuff like that, they're very close to the Arabs. And if you check Somali, they can speak Arabs as well. You understand? But
Right.
other countries in Africa, they don't. When this Arab come, you have to understand, like South Africa, there's few Muslims there. South Africans, they were not Muslims. They were the same enemies. You saw, if you check the Saga Zulu history whatsoever, They were worshiping. They have their own gods and they have their own witchcraft that will tell them stuff. So they don't. So in some other countries, still today in Africa, you have those the same things still today. And that voodoo shit, brother. The reason why that voodoo shit is so strong, because that voodoo shit be doing a lot of things, but anybody outside Africa cannot relate because they don't live in that life. Just like when you say when you want to blame them niggas in the hood, right? You cannot blame them because you are not in their shoes. You don't live the kind of lifestyle they live, right? So you don't understand them. It's the same shit with these voodoo people. You cannot because you are not in their shoes. But these people they fight through spiritually. Bro. Have you seen on videos on YouTube where some of these African they will take knife and cut their tongue and it's not cutting? They stab them with knife. The knife cannot go in. They shoot. You don't see it? It's on YouTube. Check it out. What they are using? Voodoo. How this shit is working.
It's crazy.
Here, bro, there are some motherfuckers you gonna put a gun, you gonna shoot them and the bullet will not enter. In Africa. And they don't have they don't have a bulletproof vest or they don't have a bulletproof armor when no. They have a spiritual bulletproof. You gonna shoot them and that shit is not gonna enter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Because
wicked.
bro, Africa is the oldest nation in oldest like how to call it continent in the world.
So they say.
And it's big, yeah, and it's big with a lot of tribes, with a lot of culture. Only in Nigeria you have 2,000 tribes in Nigeria. Only 2,000 tribes. Can you imagine?
Damn.
Yeah,
It just makes me feel like the power of the devil is just very
bro, it's
strong.
huge.
That's
Well,
crazy.
in Africa, let me tell you, like, I'll give you example. Like, the lion when you go to safari and all those things, right? You find the lions and there the hyenas and stuff. If the devil wants to get you, and they know that these are areas that you can go, and there are some certain animals that are there. What they do, they use those animals to attack you. For example, there might be the lion. The devil can go inside that lion, and that lion will come and attack you and eat you mercilessly. People would not know. Why do you see there are a lot of deaths? Like, for example, crocodiles. They're eating people left and right, bro. Like there was this mystery story. Have you heard about this? That Ugandan crocodile, that massive crocodile, is in is on YouTube. It's called Gustav. Google it now on YouTube. Gustav is a that's the movie they are like in Burundi. Have you watched that movie called Burundi? With that big croc is that from the story? Is a real story. This croc, people are they believe that it's not like this. This croc is like they think like it's a spiritual croc because it's a crocodile they have shoot, huh? That croc has a lot of bullets in it and they cannot kill it till today. And do you know what? When they wanted to go and capture it, the croc just disappeared. And that croc has killed a lot of people in Burundi. And someone has witnessed that it was devouring a full hippo. You know a hippo, a baby hippo like this. He said a grown hippo. That croc was devouring that hippo. And this is a fisherman who was fishing. He said he have never seen a croc that big. And then the villagers they're giving stories. If you check the documentary now, there is a French man who made that documentary, and he was saying they're saying that they feel like this crocodile is a spiritual croc, because this croc is going for everybody in the village is killing people and they cannot get him.
Mm.
They brought some expert from France to capture him, okay? And they brought like a goat or whatsoever. The moment they want to capture this croc, he disappeared. Till today, they don't know if that croc is dead or not or alive. And crocs, they can live up to 200, 300 years. Minimum is 100 years.
So let me ask you this: what do you
Right.
know about mermaids, Mami Wata?
Mami water. Yeah, we heard a lots of stories about Mami water in various parts in Africa. But actually, I'm starting to believe that shit might exist.
Give me
because
three stories leading up to the one that made you really start looking at it in a different way. Being
because
Muslim and all, you know.
okay, Muslim, it will give you the fate of what Islam talking about Muhammad and stuff like that. I don't think Islam has mentioned anything like that, but I will go to our ancestors and some stories that I heard growing up that my even own father was telling me that there are people around the areas that we have grown up that have seen, that have encountered Muhammad, and they became really sick after that because they have never seen things like that. And it used to be like a really fast, something that really, really come up and fast. They can't believe it. So you right now you hear it from the part of the world. I heard stories in South Africa. I heard stories in Nigeria that people are saying they have seen it there. In Gambia, in my own country, I have several stories that they have seen man. And these are old people that are really, really old that have said it. People that are in their 80s or 90s right now. They've said these things when we was growing up. Most of them they have passed, but I'm beginning to believe that Muhammad it exists, bro. It exists. But you have to be lucky to see it.
Give me
You
some.
know? Yeah.
Give me a
You have
story.
to. Yeah.
Give me a mommy water story.
And mommy what a story. That's what I'm saying. I say you have to be lucky to see it, bro.
You don't got no stories though. Like nobody else told you anything. Any encounters that happened? Any bugged out stories about
Previously it's
mermaids?
only like old people who told me, like personally someone has never told me that he has seen it, like of my age. All the people that I know that have said it, they said it to my mom. These are elderly people. You know what I mean? That they have encountered, and the places that they encounter these mermaids, it makes sense because these are places that you could never, like in Gambia where I come from, is surrounded by water, it's all beach, everywhere. The country is here, everywhere is water. So the places that they're giving us those locations in Gambia, it is possible, brother, because how that place is look is like a river like this. You know what I mean? Sandy, really nice with like surrounded by with bush and all those things. It is possible. It is possible, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What I can tell you that I have encountered is gin when I was young. Me and my friend. I'll never forget that.
Give me that story.
Yeah. So what happened? This was like I think it was around I think around 96 or 97, 97, something like that. This was during our young age, like seventh grade or stuff like that. This was when hip hop in Gambia was like starting to blow.
Right,
Everybody
right,
wanted to,
right,
yeah, this was what the park era and stuff like that. People want to dress up like, what? And then
right.
we went to this club. We had a club called Spy Bar. We went there, kick it up with my friend, we chill and all those things. And then it was like till 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, four. Because Gambia, the clubs, they close 6 in the morning. So we was there 4 o'clock. I told him, bro, we have to go because we have to sleep at my mom. And right now, my mom, I know she slept, but she will leave the key for us. But we are fucking broke. We don't have money for transportation. We don't have shit to take taxi or anything like that. So what we gotta do? We gotta walk. So we walk a place called Kotu, and Kotu has a history of having. It's like a big, huge place like this with like hill. You know what I mean? No electricity. It's all bushes, probably dangerous snakes and some type of animals you don't know. So we walk, bro. When we was walking, we enter in the bush, and then, bro, like imagine like 10 meters away, bro, we start seeing like something is lighting like fire, in our front, but it's not fire. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then and all of a sudden, how did I know that? As a human being, if you encounter something that is not human-like, you will feel it. And then my hair from my body, my hair from my everything start to stand like this. I was shaking, and so do my friend. My friend told me, bro, like there is something that is present in front of us. It's not one of us, because what I'm feeling right now, this definitely. So he start to recite. because he knows the ayah in the Quran more than me. He was someone who was going to Arabic school. So we start to recite. Bro, I don't know what the hell is this. You see, when we look up, huh? This shit is way all the way up. When we look down, it's like it's down. And we don't know where it ends. We cannot see the head, we cannot see the face. It's just something fucking giant on the top in front of us, bro. That's how we start running. And we run, bro. We run all the way to the quarter. It's called quarter. And we see this motherfucker right in front. And that's when we went home, we all got sick that whole fucking week. And you know, the elders in our community, that what they told us, they said, you guys were lucky. But it was not a good gene that we met. You know what I mean? Because you know, gene has categories. You know that.
Right.
Yeah, you know, you have the shaitan gene and you have the Muslim gene. The Satan one is the one that work with these Hollywoods and shit. That's what the one they use. Those are the Satan.
Right.
Yeah, and that one is always out to harm any human being because that's our enemy.
Right.
Well, we got sick for 1 week, and they told us that from that time, they told us, from 3 o'clock like that, don't be going. And my uncle too, my uncles from my father's side, if you say he used to he encountered with Jinn many times, but this is a dude, a brave man, bro. He never gets scared, never. He will walk. He said, I felt it. He said he felt it. All his arms and every hair was standing. He felt it, and he just keep walking. I'll give you a story though. This is from my imam. You know, as we Muslim, I
Good.
have an imam. His name is Imam Suso, and every time he will wake up around 5 o'clock. Like you know, we will pray Fajr around 6, but he will sometimes wake up 3 o'clock or 4, and he go to the masjid early to go and pray. So every he know to do extra salah to praise to his Lord whatsoever. You know what I mean? One time he said he was in. This is he telling me the story. He said I was in the masjid and I was about to pray. He said I start to feel the whole masjid is coming like breeze, like cold.
Mm.
And he said I feel a presence of something behind me, around me, but I know
In
this
the
is
masjid.
inside the masjid. You know, you understand? But it came, it was cold. And then he said I take few steps and I go in front. And then he said that he still follow him in the front. You understand what I mean? He still went. He went all the way where you know where the imam stays between. He said I stopped there, and then he continued to pray. And he said when he was praying, as time goes by, and then he didn't feel. By the time he said Assalamu alaikum, you know when he said Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu when he
Mm-hmm.
did that, and then shit just disappeared. He didn't say it. But when he, because he's someone that Allah has gave the gift. When he do his rosary and his prayer, he said Allah has showed him that he was not alone when he was doing that prayer at that time. But these are genes that also they were praying to their Lord at that moment with him.
Mm. I've seen
Yeah.
a rukia before. You know what a rukia is?
Yes.
Okay. And I've seen them extract a jinn, and before they get the jinn to leave the body,
Yeah.
they make the jinn take shahada.
Yes.
I've seen it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
I know that what
And
you're talking about.
yo, bro, let me tell you something.
What?
This last Ramadan, right?
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend, she brings one of her friends over here that just
Right.
came out of jail.
Right.
Now they both have been drinking a little bit. So my girlfriend is telling me, yo, she is a card reader. She's a card reader. So now this was one of the last nights of the fast, right? So I was playing something about, you're the most forgiving, you love to forgive, please forgive me in Arabic,
Right.
going in a
Right.
circle.
Right.
But I had a dope tone on. So she was like, what's that? That sounds good. When she read the words, she couldn't even say the word Allah out her mouth. The girl,
Mm-hmm.
bro, the girl fell to the floor and was moving like a snake on my prayer rug, bro.
Right.
I started reciting the Al-Fatiha over her. The first thing I know what to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And boy, I had to force her to say Allah out her mouth. She couldn't even get the words out her mouth. I said, this girl's possessed. And the sad part is, I feel like once she left my house, she left all that bad energy behind.
Right.
So I say that to say this. Sometimes you got to be careful when you're trying to help somebody
Right.
because it could backfire on you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's facts. That's why when they are extracting those genes from that particular person, there are some people back home who used to do it, but they do it in an open area because they don't want to do it around your family member. You can leave that one and go to one of your family members. You understand what I mean? They don't do it around the house that you live in. Because these genes, man, is for real. People don't even know. No, man, I was talking to one woman, is a Gambian, like, she told me, man, here in Sweden, people don't even know. He said they're everywhere. That's why sometimes you see some certain shit strange in the internet. People think like it's computerized. No, like you see someone, but like it's walking. Like one time I was someone in Asia was walking, a little girl, and then she was almost about to be hit with a car. Something just came and saved the girl from that.
You
You know
seen
what?
that.
Yes, bro. They came. I've seen that here. They are among us. They're among us. Like we are not the only one living in this earth, bro. It's in the Quran. You are Muslim, you know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He created us and jinns and give us free will. That's why we can choose whatever we want to be. We and the jinn, we are the only one that can sleep, wake up and eat without praising the Lord, and we still live. If a bird or any animal that wake up and didn't praise their Lord, they die immediately, bro. And that's facts. I'm stating something that is in the Quran. All the animals that you see every day, they're praising Allah every day. We are the only one because you know we are the most valuable sources of Allah. We are the best of His creation. You understand? We are number one. And the jinns, Allah created them from fire. That's why they have some certain power that we don't have. Jinn can travel from a Jinn can come from here to Sweden and come to you in few minutes, bro. They travel through the air. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Facts.
Give me a
They
story.
travel. They travel through the air. That's how they travel.
Who told you that?
Okay, I'll quote you some. Do you know Prophet Suleiman?
Suleiman.
Yes, King
Yes.
Suleiman.
Yeah.
The Christian they call him Solomon.
Yeah. Peace be and blessings be
Yeah,
upon him. Go
that's
ahead.
exactly. Yeah, he was having the biggest kingdom, and who were his
Oh
soldiers? They're
yeah,
all
I
jinn.
remember he used to fly around.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Allah. He had control over the jinns. Allah gave him control over the
Allah
jinns.
over the jinns. That's why the
He was
jinns they can.
controlling. Yo, I forgot about that story,
That's
yo.
what I'm saying, you bro. That's why you remember when the king was asking for, like, there was a certain bed or certain design like he wanted, and then the Suleiman said they can bring it here. The moment the queen, they tell, close your eyes. The moment you open it, the bed will be in front of you, and he didn't believe it. It's because these genes. That's what I'm saying. That's why these genes. That's why in Africa, when they want to get you inside, there are a lot of place people that are in America. They reside there. Ask them. They are facing this kind of stuff. Their enemies back home. They are sending gene towards them right there in America. They're not calling no police. They're not gonna use nothing.
Listen, and let me tell you something. Over here
Yeah,
in America, right?
yeah,
We got little corner stores that's in the hood called botanicas, where they
yeah,
sell candles, statues for witchcraft, the
yeah,
saints,
yeah.
angels, all that stupid shit. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And beads, the beads, all that.
right.
If you go into the back room,
Hmm.
they all got a back room, like a fortune telling room, right?
Hmm.
You can go pray, you can go pay for whatever you want, like a girlfriend who's not loving you.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? You
right,
can get witchcraft done. You can pay for what you want. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
How effective it is how much you pay. You know what I'm saying? Period, point blank. So I understand what you're saying with that, but I say that to say this. Over here in America, we got them like corner stores. Anybody could walk in there and put something on somebody.
It's only
And
gonna
back
last
in the
7 years.
days, yeah, exactly. And back in the days, it used to be bring us a picture of the person or hear something. We got the internet now. You just need a snapshot.
Yeah, but you know that shit only lasted for 7 years. No
Right.
matter how much you do any voodoo stuff or anything to that person. For example, you do a girl, and how they do it with a girl, you know how it works with a girl. Let's say you got a bad bitch in the Bronx or somewhere, and then you wanted to get this bitch for so long, and she's tripping over you. You know, she ain't giving you pussy, she ain't giving you nothing, and you mad. Probably the next nigga getting it because he's more flyer than you. So
Right.
what you gonna do? You start like nagging, bitching around whatsoever. Take the bitch, probably, you know what I mean. You know these girls they like to be spoiled. Take her one of these fancy restaurant or bar, get a grip of her hair. When you get a grip of her hair and you cut it, when you take that hair to any native doctor or any marabu in Africa, you will hear this girl in few days she will be fucking in love with you, and it's not real. It's just that she lost her mind when it comes to you. They do it because they take her hair. There's something from her body that they take. They do their shit and they will bury it somewhere. But they will tell you it will only last for 7 years max. So you and this girl build up a family and have family, have sex, good sex, have a lot of kids, and you wonder why some relationships in the US they just sit after a couple of years. You see the guy say, I've been with this woman, man, for like 6 years now, like 7 years now, 8 years. This woman just sit from nowhere and hate me because that shit that you have done to her now is done. She just wake up and see that you was the person that was like, she was with you and she doesn't even know why she ended up with you. She have
Right.
babies from yeah,
Right.
because that's the shit you have done. And that
Yeah.
shit now, yeah. And
That's
now
the
that
shit
shit
you have done.
yeah, the shit is just get away now. Now she hates you, and she found out that oh man, I have gave this man family. How the fuck did this happen? You made her sleep for 7 years, and then she get up.
But
That's why this
let
relationship don't last.
let's be clear though, right? Over
Yeah,
here in America, let me paint you another scenario.
yeah,
You got old folks that's into this type of shit, right? So
yeah,
what they'll do is they'll put that shit on their son's girlfriend because she's bad news for her son. She might be a drug addict, right? So
yeah.
they'll put that shit on her and have her wandering the earth blindfolded. Not literally blindfolded, but can't never see where she going. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
And she might be somebody that's not fond of what's going on. And she might be taking showers at their house and they easily got her hair.
That's right. That's right.
You follow what I'm saying?
I got you.
And
I got you.
the sad part is you might know somebody like that, you know what I mean? And you might be trying to tell them what's happening and they just don't believe it.
They
They
don't
so
believe.
caught up that they don't even believe what you're saying. They telling you putting too much thought into it.
Right,
But you
right.
looking right at them and you see them just going nowhere. Hit that like button, y'all.
I see that shit many times, man. I'm telling you, real life story. There's a girl called Horija, very very beautiful girl where I come from. Like there's a dude just came from nowhere. We say like the dude was from US and stuff like that. Yeah, get a car, get a this and this and that. But the girl was not into it. Bam! Before we know the girl married, but this dude, that's what like he did. Went to this girl. This was after when it happened. They have kids and all those things. The girl told me that like she never fell in love with this dude, but she doesn't even know. The next minute she just saw that she end up with this dude and they have family. And now, man, this girl, she just became the worst hoe ever. She is fucking anybody fuckable because she just
Damn.
said that, yeah, this dude just ruined. Because the thing is, like, they will take the hair, put it, and then this devil, they will tell you, go and bury it in a graveyard or go and bury it in a well or something in that way. But they're not gonna tell you that shit is only lasting 7 years. Anybody who knows that is African, or Haitian, they might relate. It's not forever.
Right.
Yeah, it's not forever. That's the shit they were doing. So if they want to throw you anything, there's something they call corte. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what they do. My uncle was telling me that's what they did to Frank Montana. He's lucky to be alive, man. Corte is some type of voodoo that they're gonna do. Even if you're in the US, they can throw it on you. But they have to know your whole family background. They have to know your full name. They have to know everything about you. That means someone is giving it up. Someone is snitching.
Yeah, they can get all that on social media.
Yeah, yeah. And then they will fuck you up. They go just do some. They might do some shit, put it on the air with the devil, and it's coming to you. Yeah, it's gonna come to you. That's why the only way to protect yourself, you have to protect yourself. That's why when you're sleeping, try to pray before you sleep. It's very important. Just to take out the demon. Because man, these devils, they're next to you. They're waiting.
They
You
in
know
us
what I mean?
all.
Yeah. They're
You
next to
just
you.
gotta know how to not listen to them. Simple as that.
Bro, I will tell you one story, right? This was a guy, like one guy back home in Gambia. It was an empty land, one empty land. But that particular land is they're saying a lot of people, anybody who came and buy that plot of land, either the person will die or get sick. So the land has been there. More than 20 people have bought this land. But anybody who wants to come and build a house there, a resident, they will end up dying. Not knowing when they were jinns, devil that live in that area. You understand what I'm saying? And
Having
they will,
barbecues,
yeah, they're
cooking out with
there.
their family.
Anyone that comes, bro, you want to like settle down there, they're
They
gonna do
probably got a
something.
whole castle built right there
Yeah,
in Gin
and
Land.
yeah, and that place has to it starts to grow. People know about it. So what they do, they call the imam to recite. There was one guy who bought the house last. Before he built it, he said, Imam, I want you to recite here for me. We recite, do some rituals before I move in. And they say, yeah. Bro, the Imam, when he started he came and visited the Imam. Like, bro, how you sitting right now? We talking about this?
You gotta say it again. The whole computer just glitched out for a minute. Come back.
Yeah,
Say that
yeah.
again.
Know what I'm saying? When this final dude who wanted to buy, who bought that plot of land and he wanted to build his dream house in that land,
Right.
but he heard stories. And even before he buy it, the people
He
that are
paid
saying,
attention though. He was on point.
exactly, yeah, he went to the Imam and said, Imam, I want you to help me do some rituals and do some recites for me before I come and build here. The Imam said,
Right.
I will start tonight. When the Imam sit like this and was doing his rituals and praying, the jinn, the jinns, they have their elders. That is the one that come personally to the Imam,
Whoa.
visit him in his house. They don't fucking enter. These are stories that they're saying. Imam say the door is closed. Imagine you are sitting in your home, the door, everything is closed, and something walk in by and say, I'm coming to warn you, and said, don't do what you are doing. Don't bring this. If you touch this place, or if you make this man live here, he said, I will follow you and this man up to your last generation. I will make sure no one leave. If a jinn is telling you that. Because
Wow.
I will tell about jinn. When they are coming to you, okay, they are coming to you because Allah gave them this thing. They can change. They're coming to you in a human form. You understand what I mean? But when
Right.
you see that human form, you know that it's not accurate. You can tell that this is, you understand? Because when you see them in their natural form, bro, you might really, it's terrible. And when they want to destroy you, they come in their natural form, how Allah created them. And it's scary, bro. It's
Wow.
like you sitting there and you see some alien type shit like that. Something
Right.
that you never see. You're going to be terrified. And that's how it is. They went, and it was a war. That's what I'm saying. Spiritual war on this Imam, on this man, or whatsoever. And at the end of the day, the man has to give up, even though he bought that land, but he lose it. And he didn't build it. Me,
He
that
was
land,
smart.
That land when I left home is still there till today. They put a fence on the perimeter, but there is no house that is built yet.
Because it is a house in the gin land right there.
Yeah. So people
Wow.
who be saying, man, nah, man, these are just I don't. There is no jinn. You have never encountered one. That's why. That's why you be saying like a lot of people in America they saying, man, they have a mental breakdown. Oh, they saying they seen some shit. People said, no, they're mentally ill. Nah, they seeing some shit. You just don't know. We human beings, we are not equal. Allah gives some people, they can see way more than just a regular person, and it's everywhere.
So let me ask you this.
Right.
We're gonna get a little deep real quick because we warmed up right now. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
let me drop my motherfucking car. Now check it out. Listen to this question.
Right.
Where does Al Islam and extraterrestrial meet? Where does
Mm-hmm.
Al Islam
Mm-hmm.
and extraterrestrial
Mm-hmm.
meet? Can you answer that?
Where does it meet?
Does it meet? Yeah.
At Al
Because
Islam.
listen, I believe, that Allah created all things.
Right. I believe that too.
So when you say that,
Mm-hmm.
you automatically put in things from out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you, where's the connection? Where does it meet?
I mean, the connection is faith because if you believe in faith, for example, well, like we Muslim, we believe in faith. We have never seen Allah, right? But we believe that He exists. And
Right.
yeah, we believe that He exists, and we believe that He is the giver and the taker. He's the one who gives life, and He's the one who takes life. You understand? So the connection is only going to be faith. That's the difference between Muslim and non-Muslim. If you don't have faith, you cannot relate to anything Islamic.
But this is the thing though.
Mm.
Moving a little forward into that concept, right?
Yeah.
There's a fact that we are not alone in this universe. It's a fact. Beings are visiting this planet. Beings are hovering over the Kaaba, which is a sacred airspace that is forbidden for a plane to fly over.
Aha.
Extraterrestrials are hovering
Aha.
over the
Now,
Kaaba
now
in
you're coming.
blatant disrespect. Or is it because they're doing business in the Kaaba? Maybe they landing there in gin form praying. I don't know. I'm asking you.
But do you know from the Islamic faith, they are saying the Kaaba is the connection between heaven and earth. That's why it's forbidden for flies to pass through the Kaaba. If you check, you have never heard a flight pass through the Kaaba.
But I've seen a UFO go like this, right over the Kaaba and then go.
But
I've seen it.
there is a special connection between Saudi and the U.S. Navy or USA in general. You understand
What's
what
the
I mean?
connection?
That connection only them they know. They will never reveal it. But those two, they have two things in common: Saudi Arabia and U.S. They're best of friends. They might look in the media, you think like they're enemies or whatsoever. No, they're best of friends, good allies over the years. Why did Saudi allow America to have a base in Saudi?
Right.
You understand what I mean? Because America, if you see Saudi, it is where it is because of America.
All right, but this is the thing though.
Mhm.
I need you to answer the question
Yeah.
like far as Where's the connection
Mhm.
with Muslims and extraterrestrials entities? What's the connection? Because this is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Check it out. Check me out.
Mhm.
Let me try to word this better. I truly believe that Muslims are ones who believe in God. That's what the name stands for, right? To be a
Mhm.
Muslim means you believe in God. Boom.
A believer. Yeah.
A believer, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what happens when we know that there's higher life form that been here longer than us that are telling us that they evolved past the concept of God and the devil?
Huh. That's a hard
I'm coming in hot. I told you. Do you get what I'm saying now? Because, and I'm not gonna throw you under the burner and put you in an interrogation hotspot. I just posed that to let you feel what one of my hotspots could feel like. You know what I'm talking
one.
about?
Right.
Because let me tell you something.
Mhm.
I love Allah,
Mhm.
but I'm asking in a nice way. Because you know,
Right.
sometimes you start asking Allah to reveal something for you, he'll show you all your friends is crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking that Allah. I'm asking, give me some insight, just a little bit,
Mhm.
on what this whole UAP, which is the new term for unidentified aerial phenomenon, which is UFO. They don't call it UFO no more. It's UAP. Make an
Mhm.
update, y'all. Hit that like button if you're learning something right now.
Yeah.
And listen, bro. These beings have invaded our airspace, and the government has no control. They have disabled nuclear weapons without even entering a nuclear plant. Just by coming next to it, they have disabled nuclear weapons.
Mhm.
This is a big epidemic right now that they not really exposing on, but we're gonna touch about it real quick because we deep in the interview, right, bro?
That's what they're talking about. Those are what they are referring
They just
as
clipped me off Instagram.
aliens, right?
Yep.
And those aliens, those are the genes, bro, that they are finding in, like, because these people that are going to space, they are seeing things that we, the average human being here, we had no knowledge, no clue about. But like I say, if you are a believer, you are not surprised because the Quran has said it all. Allah mentioned all these things that they are finding. They are just discovering these things now. When these things Allah has stated in the Quran 1400 years ago, it has been there. It's no secret. It's these genes. Allah said we are not alone on this planet. You know what I mean?
All right, check it out.
Yeah.
Because okay, sometimes I gotta do spiritual research.
Yeah.
Sometimes I gotta do physical research.
Yes.
Along the lines of the physical research, right? I'm
Hmm.
studying extra biological entities, different star constellations that they come from,
Right.
how they have taken partnership with the
Mhm.
human being in order
Mhm.
to abduct a certain amount of bodies,
Right.
how they have engaged in war with, I'm not even gonna say war, but engaged in battle. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
Like with the trip to Antarctica, when they came out of the sea. Look, they came out of the sea, my brother.
Hmm.
UFOs came out of the sea. Let's say it's 48 ships. They
Right.
sent 3 of them back. The other 45 was destroyed.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm asking you. And these beings also, they say that they are from our future and they came back to observe us because we are on a brink of self-destruction.
Hmm.
And they're basically trying to say that they're humans that has evolutionized.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, but most of all, they said that what's fucking us up is dogma, and they also saying that they have evolved past the concept of God and the devil.
Mm,
So I'm trying to figure out like what the fuck's going on. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's spooky to me because how the fuck you evolve past the concept of God and devil? I mean, I got an idea because a computer
Right.
don't deal with God or the devil. You know what I mean? As
No.
an example, right? That has evolved past the Bible. The internet has evolved past the Bible.
Right.
It's not held on a higher standard than the Bible, right?
Right.
Because you can also find the Bible in it and the Quran in it. But what
Right.
I'm saying is the internet has been used to shape and reshape and unshape and shape again the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it may
Man,
be a
they
question.
have they
It
have
may
they
be a
have
question we might need a whole episode to
we
answer
might, yeah,
because
yeah, most definitely.
that is
They
like
have another agenda, you know.
this is bro.
But me, evolution, I don't believe in evolution. It's nothing that, you know, that will say like they evolve more than God or whatsoever. No. I just
This is what
know.
I this is what I don't believe, right? But this is
Yeah.
the thing though. They say, 1,000 years to man is one day to the Lord, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of still makes an extraterrestrial being still under Allah, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I can't see aliens praying, or maybe, or would they pray in their mind and not with the ritual? Because think about it. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
All man is supposed to be connected in their mind. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We had higher senses, but
Right.
we not connected now because it's been cut off. The barothorary gland has been removed out the hippocampus area of our brain. So now we have no connection with God. We have to pray and hope he hears us. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
There's no direct connection.
Right.
Now, these extraterrestrials, on the other hand, they communicate via telepathically,
Right.
sort of like how we were supposed to be communicating that was removed from us. So the question I'm posing now
Mm-hmm.
is, can a extraterrestrial being talk to Allah direct? Because he still has the power of telepathy. We don't.
No, but they
Or,
can.
or, or is it different channels?
It's different channels. Different channels. The only beings like they can talk to Allah. They are not beings. They is angels because they are Allah's messengers. You know what I mean? Like they are there just to serve and take. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They don't have certain desires like us. Allah talks to them directly. When He wants to command, He will send them. You, for example, Israfil, the angel that's supposed to have the
The
uh,
trumpet.
that will blow. He's standing and waiting, and he's just waiting for the order. And he's been standing there since the beginning of time.
Right.
By the
Because
time,
the beginning of the time was really only 2 days ago.
yeah,
Two,
exactly.
3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, because a
Maybe for,
thousand years to man is one day to the Lord.
yeah,
So it only probably been about a week, two
yeah,
weeks.
exactly. So when Allah Subhanahu wa Taala tell him, when He tell him that blow the trumpet, He will. And then, bro, like let's take a break. Let's look at this, okay? You heard when you was growing up? Did you heard they said that the wall is end? You used to hear those stories. They said the
Yeah,
wall
all
is.
the time.
It's facts because Allah Subhanahu wa Taala stated in the Quran the last days. He said the last days when he said the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they asked, they say, when you see the last days, like the judgment days is coming, the last day, one of the last days, one of the minor or major, let's say one of the minor signs that you will see that young women, they're going to the nightclubs with their moms, with their parents. The last time I checked, I saw Kim Kardashian with his mom and Chloe. They were going to the club and dancing and making. It's not that's happening. One of the last days, the signs of the last days is like you will see people having sex in the streets. Man, I'm on Snapchat. I see niggas they blowing their female bags on Snapchat, on the street, on the parking lot, and all type
Yep.
of shit. People passing. So all this type, but when the major signs start to happen, that's when shit start to fucking go crazy. And one of the major signs is, bro, when you see a Dajjal come out, the eye that they worship, this Illuminati, this one eye, Dajjal. You see the celebrities, they were all doing that one eye and shit like that. This is what they are welcoming. They are some of them, the celebrities, they're just puppets. They don't even know who that is. But that powers, the
They just
powers
want to
that
be down and
yeah,
getting
they just
caught
want
up
to be
in it.
down. But that's the shit. That's the Dajjal. That's what they're waiting for. That's why you see all this Dubai, all this Saudi, they building all these skyscrapers. They're preparing for him. It's for him they're gonna prepare. And he's coming away from there.
But who the
You-
fuck is the Jow?
Dajjal is the false Messiah. Is the one who claimed that he is God. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to test us at that time. If we are Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to pray like he said, no one should even pray that they will witness the time of Dajjal because you're gonna be tested by Allah. Dajjal will come from the earth. It will be therefore he will go and do like this and pray to Allah for them to take a barren mountain and fill it with gold and diamond, and it will. Allah will make it happen. He will come and ask Allah to pour rain, and it will pour rain. And when he tell you he is God, he is God. But in reality, he is just making delusion. He's making something magic. People gonna see rain, but it's not rain. It's doing false. That's magic. Is like how this magician, how they be playing. You
Yeah,
know, they might make themselves walking on the water, but that shit ain't real, bro. But that's what you saw.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
And that's the time that is gonna come, bro. That's why this world now, you see, look at now what they're saying, the last days of the world. People, they're going to be competing with who has the best cars, who have the best skyscrapers. Look at now. Jeff Bezos and all those things, they go into space. They don't know what they're doing with their money right now. They want to go and visit space.
For real.
Yeah. And they say one of the last days is killing people they're going to kill. They will not know who, like, for example, the one that they're killing will not know why they're killing him. And the one that is killing don't even know why am I killing. And it's happening now. Look at now
Right.
in Iraq. Look at the wars in Iraq and Syria and all this. Okay, look at in America now. Nigga will kill you when you step on his Jordans or whatsoever. It just shoot you for no reason. Those shit don't used to happen before, bro. That's showing you like this world now is done. They are like revealing they do look at now they're taking all these like organs, huh? And then they putting it to all these soldiers, bro. You know these robot soldiers they're making right now? Have you heard about that? Bro, your country, they're making some robotic soldiers, they're putting human organs into them, into these robots. You don't know that? And they're going to train these soldiers, so they're going to use them for war. They're not going to have no mercy, they will be controlled. They say kill, they're going to kill. Who are they preparing that for? We don't know.
Who? Talk about it.
Yeah, that's the shit they're doing. So that's what I'm saying. That's why you see like America. Do you remember when in the Quran when they mention about how to call it? Who they used to mention? I forgot the name. When they were saying, man, I forgot that. But this they referring to America themselves because you are the superpower. Yeah, America is the world superpower. You know that. So if they're referring to them is the because America is the one that everybody gonna fight with America at the end of the day. Look at they put their hands on everywhere in the world. Everywhere there
Mm-hmm.
is problem, there is America. Innit?
Right
That's
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
It's
So for
crazy.
me, I know that there is something space, there is something there that they're seeing, but I'm not surprised. Me having faith to Allah, I know what the Quran said. I know that we are not alone.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that 100% we're not alone. And you gonna be surprised what is about to come, bro.
What's gonna happen? Tell me.
Man, it's gonna be man. I don't need to tell you. You read between the lines. You know that there is a lot of shit that has happened. There's a lot of if things break loose, bro, it's gonna be chaos, man. In this world, it's gonna be chaos.
It's
Everybody,
gonna break loose.
yeah, everybody is competing for nuclear powers, man. What Britain they have, huh? America they have, Russia they have, China they have, Germany has, France has. If they blow all this shit, who will survive, bro? And they
That's
said
why
one
the
of the
UFOs is here. They saying
that's
that
exactly,
somebody got to regulate this shit.
yeah,
They saying that they got to start a Starfleet Federation up there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
yeah,
what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying is the dean is something that was left for us a long time ago.
right.
Now that the world is advancing
Hmm.
fast,
Hmm.
are we still gonna be able to follow the dean, or are we gonna have to be like undercover Muslims, like like
Under,
protecting and concealing our faith?
undercover Muslim, that's the right way because now some people, they're even scared to identify themselves as Muslims just because they don't want to be slandered or whatsoever. They're just taking it on the low. It's not like before. If you go to now Muslim countries, they fucked up most than even non-Muslim countries. When I went to Morocco, man, I seen like all this hijab and all this thing. It's just culture. It's a tradition, but it's not belief.
Right.
Man, this motherfucker, you see, time for prayer will be there. Will time for prayer. They're sitting there doing their thing, nothing, and they have all the hijab and all those things, nothing. They don't even know a lot about Islam. When you see them, they call Allah and all those things. It's culture, but they don't know more about even Islamic stuff.
All they know is Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, and you see them, you think these are the best of Muslims. No, they are not because they don't even know what it is even said, and they drink a lot.
Yo, let me tell you something, bro.
Yeah,
I've ran into a lot of fake Muslims in my time.
yeah,
And it really concerns me because this is the gang that I've chose. You
right.
know, this is the gang that I've sworn to die with.
Hmm.
Feel me? That I'm
Hmm.
banging with.
Right.
If a jihad is called, I'm supposed to die with my brothers, right?
Hmm.
But when doing business,
Hmm.
it be my own Muslim brothers that don't even want to support my business.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
try to lowball me and undercut me. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And I'm like, this can't be life. You
I
know what I'm
get your
saying?
point. When you go to those Muslim countries, you see what they're doing to their fellow Muslim brothers. You're gonna be shocked. 90% of these Muslims, they don't even follow the rules that Islam is saying. Islam saying no to racism, right? Go to these Muslim countries; they are the most racist motherfuckers you will ever see. Excuse my language, but I'm
That's
telling you,
crazy too.
I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, because I've been in Saudi Arabia, I've been in Morocco, I've been in Dubai. Like I've seen it, and these are all Muslim countries, you know. But you will be shocked what Muslims are going through. Even Dubai is even much better, I would say, because Dubai is more like a tourist country. You understand what I'm saying? But Morocco, I was so disappointed. Yeah, yeah, really, really disappointed.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, it's
I
crazy,
just
bro.
can't believe these people is really trying to leave the planet. And I noticed too, spiritual people like to leave the planet by spirit.
Hmm.
People that work the devil, they try to leave the planet in a vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. That's the right word for it.
Like I noticed in this universe, you got physical powers and you got spiritual powers.
Right.
I wonder where the line meets at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because jinns is traveling around, like you said, through the sky
yeah,
spiritually,
yeah, yeah.
not with technology.
Now, but you want to hear something?
What's
All
up?
this technology that, like, all this, do you think like this, all these like high powers and stuff like that, who they working with? Who is giving them all this technology? Who do you think? You think this is human beings like experimenting
No,
all this
they
thing?
trying to say that we're getting that technology from these extraterrestrials.
It's
they're
from
doing
coming
a
from the
treaty
gene.
with them. They are
It's,
trading extra higher technology for
okay,
bodies.
let me give you one true story in Guinea-Bissau. There is a country in West Africa called Guinea-Bissau. It's 4 hours away from Gambia, where I live by drive. There was a place, a sacred place, was a river. I think people pass through there, but it has a, how to call it. It's like it's always there is a water in between. It's like I would say a river, but when you passing through there, you have to go by land. How to call it? To drive. You cannot drive in. You cannot drive. So now these guys, you get these Europeans. They came there, and I don't know. There is something. It was not European. It was Chinese. Because Chinese people there, there is something valuable they find in that place, and they try to build a bridge on that place. But that bridge there, that's what you see. There is a gene in that particular area, and that doesn't allow us. So anytime they want to build the bridge and finish it, bam, it will destroy it. And then the locals, one of the chieftains, they tell them that there is a gene that has been here, man, centuries of years. So to able to do this here, we have to perform some kind of sacrifice. It's like to give something to the gene to accept them to able to build that place.
Right.
And then what they do, you know what the Chinese people do? These
What?
motherfuckers. Well, they said they want to see that gene themselves. So
Oh, they thought they was getting gaffled.
yeah, exactly. So what they did, they build mirrors, see to mirrors all over the bridge, all over the place. They build mirrors and they leave it there. Okay, and then they put like some kind of sort of surveillance. Bro, they were managed to get this gene. You will believe like how these people work on this. And guess what they do? Them Chinese people, they play around, get this gene, and take it to China. From what I heard, this is from the story from that place. There is a guy called Musa. He's from that village. I know him. He later moved to Ghana. He
Mm.
said when that Chinese took that gene all the way to China, he said there are some kind of experiment, some kind of technology that this gene is creating, is giving this Chinese right now, that they could have wished the Guinea-Bissau people, they were stupid. They should have never allowed that to happen. That he said is giving the like right now, yeah. And they
It's
trade that.
giving
They
what?
is
It's giving what?
giving those Chinese some new technologies. Like they're creating some new stuff with it. Like the gene is showing them some new technologies, advanced technology. If you check, look at China now, how they
And how
doing.
did they catch it? You said? How did they
Uh,
catch it?
they put mirror. You know mirror?
What's that?
A regular mirror, like mirror.
A mirror.
Yeah,
Okay.
they put mirror on all four corners of the bridge like this. Like their fence, that's where they leave it, they
Right.
put the surveillance there. And that's how it is. That's
They
how they
call
manage because he said at the end of the day is is jinn, the spirit. There are people who can there are people who can bring out jinn here. They have to reside because jinn, you have a way of calling it. There are some ayahs that some people, or there are some stuff that they can say that they can bring out jinn.
and
Yeah.
they caught it with mirrors.
They caught it with mirrors.
Wow.
And this was the Chinese idea. It wasn't even anything. They put mirror everywhere, everywhere. And that spot. They just built it with mirror and leave it. Because don't see Chinese people, they're spiritual people as well. You understand?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they're not just regular. They know about shit. And right now today, Musa told said that gene is giving the Chinese technology because you can't offer gene money, you cannot offer nothing. They just see through the future. They know what stuff they can create.
Right.
And that's why you see all these like white people and all those things, some of these ideas they come in, it's not from them. They're working with these devils, these genes. Yeah.
Mm. People be coming to Africa trying to get some of those voodoo shit to help them advance with technologies.
That's the thing. If they would have used those things, Africa could have been advanced. But man, they are just using to destroy. Anybody who's showing that I have more powers than you. That's why if you check in the African history, you go see anything that you see is related. A lot of things are related to spiritual powers. You know what I mean? How they fight and stuff spiritually. Even with the Sakazulu said, you will see Sakazulu talking. He had a godmother like, who is like a powerful witch that can tell Sakazulu his enemies what they are planning. And 9 out of 10 she used to be right. You know what I mean? So that always have been a part with Africa.
A seer,
Exactly, that's the right word. Exactly.
a seer.
Everybody, even I will tell you, all these presidents that you see in Africa, all of them
They
before they
call him a
elected.
psychic over here in the states.
Right?
In the
Yeah, yeah,
states, they
yeah.
call him a psychic.
Right, right, right. All these presidents that you see in Africa before they have the electoral shit, that's the stuff they go. They will put in a lot of money on that, and they will take out a lot of sacrifice just to stay in power. Yeah,
So when they don't want to take out no more sacrifice, they lose their power.
yes. Because you made a deal with the devil. What do you expect? That shit wasn't organic. You know what I mean? You made
Right.
a deal with the devil, and what he's gonna do is gonna manipulate the polls. He's gonna manipulate, fix, turn the votes up to upside down. What you don't deserve, it will make you deserve it. That's how it works. That's how the devil works, man. Anything the devil give you is illusion. You understand? They never give you any shit for free, like technically. They will give you, if they give you 1 million, know that they will take 10 million from you. That's why for them money is not their thing. What they used to ask for is like really, really costly. But it's not money. It's something money can buy. That's what they ask. They give you money, they ask for something that money can buy.
Something more valuable than money.
Yes?
It's just like pawning your jewelry. You're not gonna get what you paid for it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? There's always a higher value for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why the devil is the one that probably invented pawn shops.
Yeah, that's their thing. You don't see the devil when you want to have when you want to have certain power with the devil. You know what they will ask for you? These are people that do some of the ritual. They gonna ask you, you have to go sleep with your mama. Yeah, there's certain powers that you request. That's the shit the devil will ask you. Go sleep with your mamas or go sleep with your sister. Things that the Lord despise the much, the most.
Exactly. Everything that go against God.
Exactly.
Marry a
Those
man
types of
and all
things.
that.
Marry man, go and write the Quran backwards. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Those are
hide
the
a
things.
piece.
Yes. If you check all these like magician and all those things, they write the Quran by reverse on the other side, backwards.
Who?
Most of these magicians,
Yeah.
they do. If you check, when they are getting, if they doing certain rituals and stuff, they tell them they go and take the Quran and write it backwards.
Right.
Yeah,
I seen
because
somebody. I seen somebody having a rakia, and then he had this. He had the jinn talking to him,
yeah,
and the jinn was telling him that they got a big army they putting together, and they leader is Jay-Z.
yeah. And when they're telling you that, like when people they will say that, but man, we have seen Jay sitting in front of like this, this like big time members. You know what I'm saying? Big time it does. You know what I mean? So you gotta think about it. We have seen Jay Z and Beyonce went to this. You remember that guy that I think that female that like she used to perform witchcraft. Like building cakes with in human form, and then they're gonna eat it. You seen that video? J and B, they was invited in it. Yeah, that video is on YouTube too.
That's crazy. How many
Um,
people think they gonna live forever?
exactly. That's the thing. That's why some people like check them, man. They die miserably. Or now when they getting old, that's when like they have like that's why when people we tell them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala day is judgment day, people are they say, nah. If you say that to America like that, nah, we don't believe that shit, man. Ain't nobody saying judgment day. You know what I mean? Niggas, man, you die, you just sleep. No, bro, man. There is life after death. You know what I'm saying? There is life after death. There is judgment. Think about it, what Allah said. Bro, at the winter time when it comes, when all the trees and all the plants they die, right? Okay? And summertime, what happened? They germinate and grow again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala released one verse in the Quran, which I don't know the verse exactly, but I can translate it in English, in Arabic I can. They're saying that how he put, like how he made like the trees come back to life during summertime.
Yeah.
That's how he will make us stand during the resurrection day of judgment. That's why if you check the human being, okay, when someone died, they bury that person. Everything goes. The body, like everything is eaten by the sun, right? Except what? Your backbone. If you check the backbone, 9 out of 10 when you dig into a skeleton, you always check the backbone is there. That's where you go grow. On the judgment day, that's the place that will germinate, and then everybody, and you gonna get out the way you die. That's how you gonna get. If you was that, if you like, for example, like you die from the top of a woman on judgment day, you go get up. You go get up from the top of a woman, because that's how you die. Have you heard about you live the way you die? You live the way you die.
Never heard that one.
Yeah. If you live a lifestyle of sin, bro, every day, you're gonna die in sin.
Right.
That's facts.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's how it is. People just don't believe until when they're on their dying bed. That's when they start to reminisce, to regret. At that time, man, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has locked your jaw. You cannot repent. You cannot say nothing. And you are seeing the angel of death in front of you. You can't move. You can see shit. You can't. Because your time is up. There is no time for repentance. But
Word.
yeah. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all. If y'all learned something tonight, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. We got my
Most
boy all the
definitely.
way from across the world, man, and he's coming in super hot, man. Y'all need to pay attention, man, because don't get tricked to hell that way.
What's up?